host, and today we have Irene Wilkins LLC, the Business Solutionist. How you doing, Irene?
I'm doing good, Angel. Thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here.
We both excited.
Yes.
I'm so happy that you're here. So first of all, I always give somebody a compliment because I believe in that. Your hair,
Thank
beautiful.
you. Thank
Always
you.
beautiful. I love
Thank
the color.
you.
Everything just pop.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
As are you, my friend.
Thank you. I appreciate you. Okay, so why did you choose the title Business Solutionist?
I chose the Business Solutionist because all my life I was a person who wanted to help people with solutions to their problems. So specifically, I remember being 5 years old, and this is how deep it goes for me, but I'll make it brief. So I was 5 years old. I remember how you used to get those 25-cent pencils or erasers, and I remember getting one, and I was so excited, and this little girl was just so sad because she didn't have the money to. And as much as I wanted it, I was like, I'm gonna give it to her. And it was the way that she lit up was the first time I can actually remember what it felt like to give someone a solution to a problem. So that might have been a small one. For her, it was I want something, but it made me realize that I was a helper, if you will. So the Business Solutionist means someone who comes in from a standpoint of business and growth, personal growth, professional growth, and bring solutions to problems that people deal with.
Wow, you chose the right word. But that's interesting that you thought about that story from so little. It's almost as if you went back, where did it all begin?
Yeah.
And you found where that moment, where it began. Wow,
Yes.
I think that's so sweet.
Thank
so
you.
nice.
Thank you.
And she probably never forgot some stuff. We don't forget as kids.
It's true.
We don't forget. Aw, blessing. Okay, so can you share some insights into the journey and the experience that led you to where you are today as a business solutionist? Now, I know we talked about the baby, so now bringing us ahead.
Yeah. So just really all my life, that's how I've been for people. It didn't start with business, of course. It started with just being a confidant for people. And when I became a confidant, or I recognized being that, I would always look up things or read things about helping someone, whether it was aiding them with an illness and this was from a very young age. I even recognize it in my children, how proactive they are at being helpers.
Yes.
So that's just the title that I kind of carried. I feel like from there it stemmed into, okay, how do I make, my natural ability of believing in the best in people. I always tell people, starting people with an A, that's how I go. Sometimes in life people go through a lot, and so when they meet new people, they start them in their own mind. If we did a grading scale, it'd be you gotta prove to me, you're trustworthy. So I'll start you at an F or a C. And so, so for me, just recognizing that every person is uniquely made, and that there's a gift that I was given to be able to help them with problem solving is kind of what got me to where I am today.
Wow. Okay. Love it. Okay, so what are your core principles and values that guide you?
That's a great question. Authenticity is one of the highest ones. I truly wish more people recognize why we are uniquely us, how there's no need for competitiveness, no need to feel like someone may be doing better than you or things like that. So authenticity is such a core value for me because I just feel I'm uniquely me. I was created specifically to be me, as were you, as was anybody else. And so I believe in helping people to understand their authenticity.
Yes.
It's such a beautiful light when you know who you are. You are okay with who you are, the good, the bad, the ugly, and you just own that, you know. And the things that like aren't our favorite things about ourselves, we can work on those as we progress, but just owning those things. And so other things that are important to me is creativity. That's a core value. I feel like a lot of times we grew up dumbing down, in a sense, excuse me, our creativity, because that's kind of how we were taught in school. Like, you just do your work. You know, when some kids have too many questions, they might be considered problematic, but really, a lot of us had to like suppress our creative sides. And so creativity as an entrepreneur is like, you can be exactly who you want. Like, it all goes back to childhood for me, and for so many people. It's like when you were a child, you believed you could do anything. Everything was possible. And entrepreneurship and creativity as a core value for me means helping individuals to see, like, what do you want out of this life? You can actually do that. So those are two major ones. We've also got consistency is a core value, and that might not be a normal core value, but you know, as long as you don't give up, you'll succeed. And if only more people knew that, then they would go just a little bit more. And then I would say integrity is a key. Those four right there. Integrity is just about like you just being a good person, you know, you just being an honest person, a communicative person, a person who, whatever you're feeling, just learn to articulate that to people in a way that they can understand it, comprehend it, vice versa. But I mean, you know, we live in a world where there's so little integrity in a lot of facets of this world. And so I am determined to be a person of integrity, not only in business, but my personal self as well. So,
and personal self, integrity to yourself, is huge. That you touched on that. Integrity to yourself, I think, is so important because you know how they say you matter? No, like literally, like you matter. If you say that you're gonna do something just because it's you, you know what I'm saying? And you don't do it like, oh, okay, now I'll just do it later or whatever. No, I think we need to have a little more integrity to ourselves and finish it, follow through, finish it through. And I think that does something to you as well as, like, you know, you can now get some pat on the back. You know, because you accomplished something or you stayed true to yourself. That's just staying true to yourself, I feel, as well.
Absolutely. I could not agree more.
Thank you, Ari, for that. That's good. So, how do you stay updated and involved in the ever-evolving world of business solutions and consulting?
Oh man, you know, I read. I read a lot. If you're an entrepreneur or entre-newbie, as I call them, someone just getting started, you need to be a reader. You need, because we don't know what we don't know. And so we're taught in different ways. A lot of people don't read, or not everybody reads for fun. But if you want a successful business, make it fun. You know, read something from someone who's relatable to you. I read things, I read quotes, I read books, I read posts, I read a lot of, I take courses. So I do a lot of things that keep me updated. Mentors are a way that I stay, you know, in the growing environment, because there's somebody out there that has done more than you in an area that you're in, and you want to learn from them. You know, you can't teach yourself everything,
Right.
And really you don't teach yourself much. You learn from things, but you know, we didn't learn to walk on our own. Someone had to teach us. We didn't learn to write on our own. So it only makes sense that when you're in business, you have to keep finding others to help teach you. So yeah, that's how I stay up to date with the latest changes. There's always some type of blog or article out there that's telling us what's going on in the environment that we're in, you know, whatever type of business we have. So that's how I make sure I stay on top of things.
Girl, that goes back to being the business solutionist, because you have to stay up to date when you're dealing with different businesses, because you know the market changes. There's so many things that like today it could be, I'm just giving an example.
Yeah.
Today it could be TikTok.
Yes.
And then tomorrow it could be, I don't even want to say
Pinterest.
Like Pinterest or
Yeah.
something like that, on how you should put it, the type of business you have. I mean,
Exactly.
just that quick it can change.
It
And
is.
so the growing rate of how this world is evolving, you have to stay up to date.
Yes.
So that's a plus that you do that. So are there any specific trends or areas of interest you're currently focusing on?
I am focusing on the digital world right
Yes.
now. You know, I've done one-on-one coaching with people, and I think everything is so fast-paced right now. Like, attention spans are shorter, and then sometimes when you're building a business, or say you're a professional coming from a 9 to 5, and you're trying to break into entrepreneurship, you might not have the time availability to sit down with someone like me during my business hours, which is around 9 to 4. You know, I value time very much, so I have a cutoff as well. I don't believe in working all day, every day.
Yeah.
And so let's say that schedule doesn't fit with someone, they can feel like, how am I gonna, you know, how can I meet with you, or this is discouraging. So the digital realm is where you can create products just like if I was sitting and talking to a person and giving them a step-by-step guidance, and they can do it on their own time. So I am pushing for digital products for those entre-newbies and entrepreneurs who are growing, and I'm so excited for it, for all of us, because it's gonna help free up my time to pour into other projects, family, travel, the things that are on my to-do list. But then it's also giving that time freedom for those who are interested in products or services from me. So
Yeah, so that's a trend.
Yes.
Right, a trend. Okay,
Yes,
so I get
yes,
it.
it is.
And at the same time, with the digital world, you can be on vacation with your family, but I
Yes.
is still helping thousands of
Yes.
people somewhere else
Yes.
with the digital product. Okay, all right, love it. Okay, so let me see what question I want to ask you. Okay, could you give us a glimpse into the upcoming business release or project?
yes. So just speaking about the digital realm, I am actually creating this like a breaking announcement. So exclusive. The Entrepreneur Rising University. So I am literally creating a digital university of entrepreneur products. So we're talking about a full-fledged university. There's labs, there's lab kits, there's